Hi, my name is Robin Pino, and welcome to my Essential Oils for Empaths Masterclass. If we haven't had the chance to meet yet, I am an essential oil educator. I have been using doTERRA essential oils since 2014. I discovered them shortly after getting diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. So I have been living well with MS for almost 10 years now. I'm a marketing director by day. I'm also a twin mom, a wife, a sister, a daughter, all the things. But I am so passionate about teaching people about how to use essential oils to support their health in so many different ways. So, here's what you are going to learn today. We're going to talk about some of the habits that empaths need to support really truly our nervous systems. And then what I'll do is I'll go through, I have a list of 8 different essential oils. I'm going to go through how you can use them to support your empath ways, your nervous system regulation. And then we'll talk about the emotional support properties of these oils, which is something that not a lot of people do in the essential oil community, but it's one of my favorite things to learn about myself and then teach. Okay, so yeah, just a little bit more about essential oils and why I've chosen to purchase and also sell doTERRA. So when I was diagnosed with MS in 2014, I was gifted, I wonder if I have one. It's like a little, I do, let me show you. It's a little introductory kit, and inside the kit are three small little 5 milliliter bottles. And there's lavender, lemon, and peppermint. And at the time, I was really trying to figure out how to get better sleep. I had just come out of a really toxic relationship, and I had for about a year been dealing with like horrible insomnia, horrible sleep habits. And I was not taking care of myself very well to the best of my ability. And so I thought, okay, what's the first thing that I can do? And the first thing that I could do was to get better sleep. So I got myself a diffuser. I put it in my bedroom. Someone told me about Epsom salt baths. It's funny because I've been doing Epsom salt baths for years now, but it was like a foreign concept to me. Like went to the local drugstore, picked up a container of Epsom salts. No one even told me to add the essential oil to the Epsom salts before putting it in the bath water. I was dumping the Epsom salt in and then like putting the essential oils on top of the water. If you don't know why you shouldn't do that, I'll quickly cover that because it just dissipates. So essential oils are volatile aromatic compounds. And when you add them on top of the water, they just dissipate. And so when you add them to a carrier, like Epsom salts, they will stay in the water longer. So no one taught me that. But I was trying to figure out how to get better sleep. I was using this small bottle of lavender. I was putting in my diffuser at night before going to bed and then doing a few Epsom salt baths. And I was getting the most delicious sleep that I had ever gotten in a really long time. And that felt really nourishing to me. I was doing all of the things to take care of myself, from changing my nutrition to taking new supplements to figuring out how to manage my stress better, to reducing my toxic load, how to move my body appropriately for the disease that I was, battling in my body. And I don't know why, like intuitively, I was trying to figure out how to get better quality and quantity of sleep because I think that's such a good benchmark for no matter what we're dealing with in life, whether it's stress, whether it's health issues. That is like the basis. When we're sleeping well, we can take on other things. So when that small bottle of lavender ran out, I just went to the health food store and grabbed another bottle. And when I opened it up, it smelled like plastic. And I was like, that's weird. Like that's not normal. I had gotten so used to, like I had never used essential oils before this. I'd gotten so used to the doTERRA bottle, and I didn't know anything about essential oils or the industry. And so I was just like, I'll just grab a bottle. And it smelled like plastic because the majority of essential oils are actually created synthetically, or they are, or they are kind of cut with synthetics because most companies can't afford to actually produce the pure essential oil. So they will add carrier oils, they will create synthetics. And so the majority of lavender out there is actually synthetic lavulin and not actually lavender. And so I decided to enroll. I got my first starter kit from doTERRA with the top 10 oils. I started learning about them. I was like, oh, how can I use this oil? I can use this for workouts, or I can use this in the kitchen, or I can use like it just started like opening up my world. And because I was reducing my toxic load, it was also really important for me to start switching up my products for ones with cleaner ingredients. So this was just like the beginning of my world opening up to more natural, holistic products that I knew could take care of myself. All right, so the reason why I decided to purchase doTERRA was not only just the smell, but because I learned about the testing practices, I learned about the purity practices and the sourcing practices. So they are a company that will test. There's third-party testing that is done. And everything is not only tested by the company, but they send it away for testing, and they will only order batches that go through rigorous testing because one of their promises is the pursuit of purity. And they also want to promise that when you're grabbing a bottle of essential oil, that you get the best chemical constituents within that product to do what you need that product to do. So if it's to get better sleep, you want to have the highest consistency of lavender within that bottle. If it's peppermint and you are battling head tension, you want to have the highest concentration of the plant matter within that bottle that will actually do what you need it to do. And then the sourcing practices I fell in love with because this company cares about everyone from the farmers, the harvesters, to the people that sell the oils, to someone like me, to someone that uses that, again, someone like me. They care about what we're consuming and they care about paying everyone fairly. They care about sustainable harvesting. They will pay some harvesters and farmers bonuses if they harvest their plants sustainably, because we want these plants to be around for years to come because they have the demand and they need to be able to fill it. So they need to work smart with these farmers. And they also have a heart of gold. So they go into so many areas and say, not only will we pay you fairly, but what can we also do for you? What do you need? And a lot of places in the world where we source essential oils are in third world countries where they may not have the same infrastructure as us. So they're going into communities and saying, do you need clean water? Do you need health clinics? Do you need schools? Do you need clean bathrooms in terms of like where you're working? And so the Healing Hands Foundation, which is the charitable division of doTERRA, will come in and actually take care of the communities. And so that just got my heart. And I absolutely love supporting small scale farmers. We purchase most of our food here. I live in Ottawa, Canada, and we purchase most of our food here locally because I absolutely love supporting local. And the funny thing with essential oils is these plants grow all over the world. I couldn't grow cypress here in Ottawa, so I have to get it from across the planet. But I love the fact that I can support a small scale farmer across the planet, and that is nothing is done in large factory farming. So that is like the gist of like why doTERRA. I wanted to cover that before I actually get into the oils because I do not recommend using essential oils from any other company because they do not have the same practices. And unfortunately, this industry is just wrought with poor farming, poor harvesting practices, and they're cutting their essential oils with synthetics, and that's been proven in so many different research reports. So I just wanted to preface that because it's important for me that when we reach for a bottle to support ourselves, especially as empaths, when we need to regulate our nervous system because we're overwhelmed, that what we're grabbing is actually going to do the job that we need it to do. Okay, so I had never considered myself an empath until I met Sarah St. John, and she was talking about empath ways. And I would watch her stuff, I would listen to her, and I'd be like, oh, I guess I am. Like I can read the energy in a room before I even walk into it. I can walk into a house party or I can walk into a boardroom and I know exactly what I'm going to get from each person. I just sense it. And so when I first started watching Sarah's stuff and learning from her, I was just like, oh, as I was learning how to take care of myself with MS, I was also learning that so much stress management, how I react to stress, my perceived stress, whether it's physical stress or emotional stress, and how I react to that, how I have then actions after that reaction, how I process emotions in my body. I believe so much of that is why I was susceptible. I'll say susceptible. There were so many different factors in terms of why I developed MS in my body. But I do believe stress and how I handle stress was one of the number one things that created an environment of confusion in my body. So here are the things that I have learned are really super supportive for myself. So these may resonate with you. Some of these practices you'll already have, but what I'll do is I'm going to add a layer here in terms of how to use essential oils to add it into certain routines. So nervous system regulation, utmost importance, whether it's meditation, whether it's journaling, whether it is sleep habits, whether it is setting protective boundaries for ourselves in terms of how we're moving through this world. But I truly believe that the majority of the work that we can do to support our bodies is nervous system regulation. So as an empath, we sense energy. We absorb, there's so many people talk about like absorbing energy. So you'll hear so many people in this, I don't want to say industry, but this like sphere talk about protecting energy, setting boundaries, and also how to manage our energy as well. So that is how I will talk about these essential oils. All right. Um, so the other thing that is super fascinating, and I've done this pretty much, so I've been with doTERRA for, I've been selling the essential oils. I've been a customer for 10, selling them for 9. And one of my favorite things to do is every single month, doTERRA has amazing promotions. There's always like 10% off, a 200 PV promo, or if you're purchasing on the monthly rewards program, there's always a free product of the month. And I love learning about these oils each month. As I go to educate my communities, I'm teaching about the uses primarily. Like if you have head tension, you can use peppermint to support easing that head tension. If you're looking for green cleaning supplies, you can use the Abode line or the On Guard line. So I've loved using it from like a literal standpoint, but then there's the emotional support side. And this is so, so much fun. And I have been a meditator for years. So I absolutely love using essential oils to set intentions in my life before sitting down for a meditation. And so whenever these promotions come up, there's always, a few oils in the promotion and I learn about them. I teach the uses, but then I also learn about the emotional support ways. And so this is the book that I absolutely recommend. It's called Essential Emotions. And they update it every year whenever there's new oils released. At annual convention, there's always new oils announced. And so they'll do a new edition every single year and they'll add those oils to the book. And the way that it's set up is there are individual oils at the beginning. And so they always have a nice little description. This is how the oil is supportive. It'll talk about like, what is this oil? So for example, this is lemon. Lemon is the oil of focus. It'll talk about what negative emotions does this support, the positive properties that it moves us towards. Companion oil, so this is great for creating diffuser blends, and then suggested uses. So I love digging into this every single month when there's new promotions. That all being said, the oils that I'm going to share with you today, I've kind of gone through the different descriptions in here and really kind of dug out the wording that is so directed, supportive for us empaths. Okay, so let's talk nervous system regulation. First and foremost, lavender. It's the first oil I fell in love with. So it's the first oil I had to bring your attention to. I have the roller bottle here. So doTERRA has two different forms of three difference really. So there's the 15 milliliter bottle. I'll grab a I'll grab a small one. So there's 15 milliliters, there's 5 milliliters, and then there's the 10 milliliter roller bottle. The 10 milliliter roller bottles are great from a meditation practice standpoint because what you can do is you can easily roll it on the palm of your hand, rub your hands together, cup it over your nose and mouth, and take a deep inhale. I love using it. It's so quick that way. If I don't have enough time, let's say I am running into a meeting and I don't have enough time to turn on my diffuser, get it all set up. I have so many essential oils. I'll actually show you. I have so many essential oils just sitting on my desk for different reasons, but a lot of them are to support my emotional health while working full-time as a marketing director. Okay, so let's talk lavender. Lavender is called the oil of communication and calm. So we know that lavender is super supportive from getting quality and quantity of sleep, but it can also really help our verbal expression and calm of mind. It can help address deep fears of being seen and heard. So it will support us in connecting to our heart and soul and releasing any tension that we might have from withheld expression. How many of us have sensed something or we're feeling something, or we know like someone is dealing with something, and we want to talk about it. And we start talking about it, but it was not welcomed, and we did not sense the energy properly. We did not sense the like the experience in the room, and it was not received well. How many of us have had those experiences? So past experiences could have made us feel unsafe and fearful to express, so we withhold. I don't know how many times I've gone to Reiki sessions, and someone has said, your throat chakra is blocked. You talk a lot, but you're not actually saying what you like really want to say. So lavender is something that we can use when we are truly trying to express our true voice. Um, and we want to have emotional honesty. Like maybe we want to have a really hard conversation. Maybe we roll some lavender on our throat before having that conversation. And it is super supportive when we want to speak our innermost thoughts and desires. So it's not just for sleep, but it's also for calming us before having difficult conversations, or maybe just going into a situation where you're not sure how you want to navigate it, how you want to communicate during it. So that is the first essential oil. The next one for you is Roman chamomile. It comes in a small 5 milliliter bottle. I keep it by our bedside. Excuse me. I keep it by our bedside, and it is known as the oil of spiritual purpose, which is really interesting for me because I absolutely love it as a sleep oil. So again, my nervous system needs regulation. At the end of the day, I have been going nonstop and I just need that chill. So it's one of the oils that is great in the evening diffuser. So I pop lavender, Roman chamomile, and cedarwood in the diffuser together. Frankincense is really great in that diffuser blend as well. But Roman chamomile is known as the oil of spiritual purpose. So this is another one that you can use, let's say before meditation or before journaling. And so the book talks about how Roman chamomile can support us in discovering and living our life's true purpose. So purpose is not what we create in our mind. There's so many times where people talk like, I want to figure out what my purpose is. Purpose is housed within the heart and the soul, and then it radiates out into the world. So how can we feel more calmer and more at peace at what we're meant to do here? Maybe we are doing meaningless activities that are not our true purpose. Whether we are scrolling social media, guilty as charged, watching escapism TV, guilty as charged, because sometimes everything is so overwhelming that we're just trying to escape feeling what we are feeling, or we are exhausted from the day. And so how can we create more purpose within how we are calming ourselves down? So maybe it's putting Roman chamomile in the bedroom diffuser and grabbing a fiction book, like not nonfiction. We're not trying to work on our brain anymore, but like fiction, and actually enjoy ourselves, like a fun story, not just escapism, but like a fun story. We're not on our phones. We're not watching reality TV. So this is still escapism, but it's in a healthier way. So Roman chamomile can also help us feel connected to our divine guides and helpers, or God, depending on what language you want to use. And it helps to really ease our ego mind, because our ego mind is like, why aren't you working harder? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you like, its purpose is to do, do, do. And we need to be as empaths and truly just calm down. And so it can take us from feeling scattered and all over the place to purposeful, guided, peaceful, fulfilled, relaxed, and spiritually connected. All right, let's talk about, I've got 3 oils for dealing with like brain fog and helping us focus. Because sometimes if we are absorbing all of the energy and we are overwhelmed, then we're going to have a hard time concentrating and doing specific tasks. So rosemary is really an interesting one. It's usually an oil that I keep up in my kitchen, but it is so great for focusing. It's the oil of knowledge and transition, and it helps us be instructed from a far greater space of understanding than our human mind can possibly comprehend. So maybe we need to ask ourselves some soul-searching questions so that we can receive inspired answers. So this is something that you could also use before meditation or prayer. It really aids in times of transition and change as well. So when we're feeling scattered from starting a new job, moving across the country, having a new baby, this is something that can help us trust in a higher, more intelligent power and feel confident and assured that we will find understanding and perspective in that situation. So it aids in mental clarity, becoming more knowledgeable, teachable, enlightened, open to new experiences, and the ability to adjust. Another oil that was launched, I believe, last year, I absolutely love it before I'm going into a meeting where I need to be super sharp, is Spanish sage. So I will pop that in my home office diffuser. And then, as I shared, the first oil that I had actually opened up to and showed you in the book was lemon, oil of focus. So that's another thing. Any citrus oils are going to be absolutely great, not only from protecting our energy, but helping us manage our energy, because citrus oils are super uplifting. If we need that like extra little oomph, that's really great. I didn't actually include peppermint in my list, but I love to take peppermint before workouts or long road trips, or if I'm just getting, like if I'm hitting that 3 p.m. slump. I haven't been eating properly lately, and I'm like, yeah, getting into a slump. Same thing, peppermint on the hands, big inhale. I will rub it on the back of my neck as well, because it's super, it's the word I'm trying to think of. It's cooling, super cooling. And so it's really great before a workout or whatnot. Just very refreshing. Okay, so when we talked about mental clarity and oils to focus, let's talk about protecting our energy, maybe eliminating some negative thoughts that we might have. Black spruce, which is actually sourced here in Canada, it's just like a couple hours north of me, actually, is very grounding and stabilizing because it's a tree. Tree oils are also great for us when we need to feel grounded. So black spruce can help us master the art of energy conservation and endurance. It can help us regulate our physical energy by helping us listen to our body's needs. It can help those who feel depleted of energy to renew themselves. It can help us, if we're battling moods, to find some balance and some moderation. So it will take us to feelings of stability, resolute, grounded, and enduring and balanced. The other 2 oils that I'll share here for protecting our energy and eliminating negative thoughts are frankincense, which is the oil of truth, and then Shinrin Yoku, which is a brand new oil, but Shinrin Yoku is Japanese for forest bathing, which is exactly what we need to do more of. So if we can't get outside, like right now, it's the dead of winter here in Ottawa, and this oil is one of my favorites for my morning diffuser in my bathroom to get ready for the day. And then I will swipe this on my pulse points and inhale before starting the day. So sorry, back to frankincense. Frankincense is the oil of truth, but it's also a tree oil. So you noticed I've picked three very grounding tree oils for helping to protect our energy. So frankincense can actually help us reveal deceptions and false truths. It can help us let go of lower vibrations. So if we have had to be in an area where we're just absorbing way too much energy, or we're around some really low vibrations and we've let it affect us, it can help us let go of those lower vibrations, lies, deception, and any negativity. It also helps us recall to memory spiritual understanding and gifts and wisdom that we have innately, but sometimes forget or can't access. And it also aids us in connecting our soul with our inner light and helping to reveal truth. So, frankincense is great for anxiety attacks, panic attacks. Frankincense vetiver were like my go to when I was experiencing really bad panic attacks. And now it's one of those oils that is absolutely amazing for just relaxing. I mentioned earlier it was great in the evening for bedroom diffuser. And then Shinrin Yoku. Sorry, I got all excited about that. And I'm jumping around, but Shinrin Yoku, let me read out the oils. I have it up on my computer screen, so let me read it out to you. Distilled lemon, patchouli, magnolia, Siberian fir, cypress, cardamom, hinoki, lavandin, grapefruit, geranium, and lemon petitgreen. So it's got like a mix of herbs, and there's a bit of floral, there's citrus, there's grounding trees as well. Oh, it's absolutely amazing. So let me see if I can describe it. Like it's literally about feeling like you're being hugged by the forest. I don't know how else to describe it. It's so lovely. Um, so yeah, that is the masterclass. I hope you found something super useful in here or something spoke to you. And one of these oils is like jumping out at you, like I need this in my morning meditation practice, or I need this in my evening bedroom diffuser. So I've put together two kits for you. If you don't yet have a doTERRA account and you haven't yet purchased, then you can purchase through my link. And so after this masterclass, you'll be getting an email with the links. So if you live in the US, there will be a US link for you to purchase. And if you're watching this in February 2024 and purchasing, the promotion that's going on right now, you'll get lavender touch, Roman chamomile, rosemary, Spanish sage, lemon, black spruce, frankincense touch, and Shinrin Yoku touch. The touch is the 10 milliliter roller bottles. The other bottles are either 5 or 15 milliliters. You'll also get right now, there's 3 free oils that are being added on to orders that are over 200 PV, which is product value. And this kit that I've put together is over 200 PV. So you'll also get a free Copaiba, Supermint, and Digest Zen. Plus in the US, you'll get the bubble diffuser, which is a motion activated cordless. I was like chargerless. It's cordless. You can charge it. We have them in our bathrooms. And then if you live in Canada and you're purchasing this, you'll get the same 3 oils for free. Instead of the bubble diffuser, you're going to get the pebble diffuser, which is a really great small space diffuser that is great for bedrooms or your home office, for example. So that will be in an email that you'll receive after watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found something useful. If you want to get in touch with me, you can find me on Instagram. It's at Robyn Pineault, ROBYNPINEAULT. I'd love to hear what you thought about this masterclass. So please reach out and have a wonderful rest of your day.